No, where the hell am I supposed to look, Audrey, eh? I mean, where do you look for a 15-year-old lad? I've just been round to all his mates again. They've got no idea. They didn't see this coming any more than we did.
I should have done.
Oh, don't give me that, Audrey, please. I don't need that, not now. So has Alf phoned?
No.
And where are they? They should be back by now.
It's a long drive, Martin.
Well, it will be for Gail. Hang on. Yeah, this is them. They're here.
Yeah, love. Let's just get the kids to bed, hey? Try not to wake them.
Right. Look, couldn't you just phone home or something and say you broke your leg?
Oh, you'll just have to hold on till we're on board.
Yeah, well, there's not much chance of that happening with your Becky standing guard, is there?
Hey, don't worry. She's only saying she's coming to spite. I'm sure she'll end up going with her grandparents.
Yeah.
She knows she can get away with blue murder with them.
Hey up, you're back early. Kids drove you mad. Excuse us. Sorry, mate. Looks like they've had real problems. Let's hope our holiday turns out better than theirs.
It will do. I promise you.
Good night, you lot. Good night. Ta-ra. Ta-ra, lovey. Take care on the way home. Right. You look very tired. You go to bed. I'll see you this lot, eh?
Oh, so long.
Sure. Night, good night. Where are you going?
Well, you said I could slide off early.
Yes, I did, didn't I? Well, while you're going, take these two with you. Them as have got no homes to go to.
Right.
Good night, love.
Nice jacket.
Oh, thank you.
You got the helmet to go with it?
No, I usually wear it with fishnet stockings and high heels. Blokes seem to go for that.
Well, I don't. I don't believe in it as being a fashion accessory. I'm a biker, me.
Oh, really? So where'd you park your moped?
It's a Yamaha 1969 Classic, actually.
The YR350 parked on the road.
Yep. Do you know about bikes?
No, how could I? I'm only a girl. Hey, listen, you don't fancy giving me a spin, do you?
What?
Oh, nothing dangerous, just a trip round the block.
Well, I've got to pick the wife up, actually.
Oh, it's a shame. Another time, perhaps.
Yeah? Sure?
If Judy catches you grinning like that, you'll be chewing on a frying pan.
Ah, the very man.
If you're looking for a drink, you're too late.
No, I've come for medical advice.
Surgery's shut and all.
Yeah, all right, Jack. No, Curly, it's Mavis. Her neck's gone.
What on earth have you been doing to her, Derek?
No, not me. Rita. She's had her delivering newspapers. And I thought with Raquel being involved in aromatherapy, you might have a few oils around. You know, something penetrating but soothing at the same time.
I'm sorry, mate, but it's just so many coloured bottles to me.
Yes, thank you. You've been most helpful.
Mavis is a pain in the neck. Well, there is a surprise.
Good night, lads.
Good night.
Chips.
Chips. Pudding.
Oh, yeah.
Pudding chips.
Made a pot of tea.
Oh, right.
So what did she tell the kids off?
Well, she said that Nicky had gone off for a surprise holiday with his mate. She'd have to come back to look after the house.
Well, I suppose that could be true, couldn't it? I mean, it all happened so fast.
Oh, yeah, and he's going to send a postcard saying, wish you were here. I don't think so, some idea.
No.
Somebody must have heard something.
Look, I've tried everywhere,
Why?
love.
Why would he?
Oh, it's me. It was my fault. I mean, you asked me to... I should have kept a better eye on him. I just didn't realise.
4 days. You should have rang us sooner, ma'am. I mean, 4 days, he could be anywhere.
Yeah, well, young lads, you know. I mean, we didn't think at first.
Well, we should have...
Don't start the should-haves. We all should have done something different, otherwise he'd still be here. The question is where? Where is he? Where's my son?
Who are you phoning?
Police.
Oh, we should have done that days ago.
Audrey, please.
Yes, it is an emergency. The police. I want the police. Please.
V, I'm just checking this optic. It was sticking during the evening.
Oh, treat yourself, Jack. You deserve it.
Do I? What is up with you? I'd have thought you'd have supped your cocoa and been fast asleep, you know.
How can I sleep? I keep thinking about that poor lass and that baby. We've got to do something.
Eh? What?
Look, it's our tourist kid. I mean, I know he's no great shakes as a dad,
Oh,
but...
you can say that again.
So that leaves it up to us, doesn't it?
Leaves what?
Look, Tricia, she's thinking about getting rid of it. And who can blame her, eh? Lass is on her own, she's got no support.
Ah, that's true, huh?
But we could help Jack. We did without Tommy.
Yeah, but things are different now, V. I mean, running this pub takes all his time, doesn't it, eh? And let's be honest, we are that much older than when we had Tommy. You know what's going to happen, don't you? We'll end up taking the child in, she'll go gallivanting, and we are not up to it.
If he left his keys, that's at least a good sign.
How?
Well, it suggests we're probably not dealing with an abduction here. Some lads of his age tend to go walkabout, especially in the summer halls.
They get bored, and if they've been left on their own...
No, he wasn't on his own. We were keeping an eye on him.
So, where did they go?
Who knows? To the seaside, some rock festival, anywhere.
Well, most of them tend to turn up in their own time.
And what about those who don't?
They're normally the ones who've had real problems at home.
And what happens to them?
What has he taken with him? Have you checked his room? WPC Myers will go with you. She knows what to look for, Mrs. Platt. Mr. Platt, do you have a photo?
Yeah, somewhere. So, what's the chances then?
Photo will help.
So what's missing then?
Bag, clothes, and he's taken his passport.
I wouldn't read too much into that.
Oh, well, it certainly don't suggest he's gone for a walk around the block, though, does it?
Where's he gone?
Can you think of any friends or relatives he might have gone to?
Like I say, I've tried everybody.
What's going on?
Nothing, Don.
What do you mean, nothing? The door's wide open in the middle of the night, you've got the police in. It's Nick, isn't it?
Just leave it now, Don, eh? Just leave it and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Leave what? What's happened? Has he had an accident?
He's gone missing.
Come. Well, how long's he been...
Don, I've told you I'll fill you in later, OK?
It's a family matter, actually, Dawn.
Oh, I see. And I'm not family anymore.
Well, no one's saying that.
It was me that Nick always turned to, till you lot set him against me.
Who are you, sir?
I'm the lad's grandad.
You're not.
I'm as much his grandad as he's his proper father.
Mr. Platt?
I don't suppose they told you his real name, have they? It's Tilsley, not Platt. After his father and his grandma, my late wife. Tilsley. The lad himself chose that name because he didn't want to be called after him.
Just get out, will you, Don? Will you just leave us alone?
Look, I just came into her.
Your help we can do without.
Yeah, so just leave, Don, please.
So, he's not actually your son then, Mr. Platt?
She may be stiff as a post, Rita, but she's determined to come in. You know Mavis. Loyal and true to the bitter end.
Yeah.
And you won't hear a word about the pain she's experiencing from her own lips.
No, she's well known for suffering in silence.
But I have absolutely forbidden her, A, to move out of that bed until the hot water bottle I've secured to her neck has cooled to a redundant level, and B, to deliver any more newspapers. I have to say, Rita, I do think it's an appalling misuse of your executive power to have asked her in the first place.
But Derek, how we're pushed. I mean, no Nicky, and you just can't find people in holidays.
That's as may be. But one thing I have learned at the highest level of management is that you have to be prepared yourself to step into the breach. It's a bad manager who won't turn his hand to manual work when the needs must, if only to set an example to the workers.
Derek, you're absolutely right. That's a real lesson you've taught me, and I appreciate that.
Well, it's a pleasure.
Right, now, They're all numbered in order, so it shouldn't take you more than half an hour.
I beg your pardon.
I hope Mavis appreciates you, Derek, stepping in at a time of crisis, because if she doesn't, I do. Bless you.
Shouldn't you be wanting to work, Mum?
Don't nag me!
I wasn't.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jamie. Go and play with your mates.
Do you want me to sort him out for you?
Who?
Baldwin. He's not paying you enough money.
He's probably paying me more than I'm worth. I'm not worth a lot, Jamie.
Hiya.
Hello, son.
What do you want?
Can I have a little word, love?
Jamie, go and play with your mates.
Ta-ra, son.
See ya.
So?
This is not going to be easy.
Oh, what a shame. And I'm having such a good time with it all.
Oh, no, come on, love. I mean, fair enough. I know it's hard on you. I mean, that's what I'm here for, aren't I? Just kind of clear the air. Look, I've had a word with our Vera, and I know there were a few things said in the heat of the moment, but we know it was our Terry's kid.
Good for you.
You know, I shouldn't say this about my own son, but he is a bad un. A bad un. And it was bad luck when you got involved with him, but you did. So there you go, you know. But what we've got to do now is get ourselves out of it, haven't we? You know, to get back to normal with as little pain as possible.
Yeah.
I don't know much about these things, Trish, love. But I know in my day, it were all your hot baths and flaming horse pills and that were horrible. Horrible. I mean, I know it's easier today. What I'm trying to say is that if there's any way I can make things easier for you, love. Like your private room. How like that, you know. The money's there for you, love. Anything.
Is that it?
Aye.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I've got things to do.
Right.
Hello, Derek. Got a new executive position?
I'm not in the mood for levity, Ken.
Do you recall the days when delivery men used to whistle their way along the street?
Yeah, well, they didn't have to carry half a ton of newsprint. For people like you who had 3 supplements a day.
Then let me lighten your load a little, Derek. Bye. Martin! Has Nick turned up?
Sir, does the whole street know about this?
No. Only Audrey called in a couple of days back. I take it there's still no sign.
No, we've had to call the police in there. So, I suppose they'll be around to see you soon. Bound to check your school out, aren't they?
I'm really sorry, Martin, if there's anything I can do.
Oh, thanks, but, no, I don't think so. Oh, I don't know. He's been driving around. It's hopeless. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Look, if you want any company or anything, okay?
No, thanks, Captain. Hey, you should have got some sleep.
I wanted to stay by the phone, in case it rang. Where have you been?
Oh. been to Manchester. Ooh, I've done the bowling alleys, the bus stations, and the all-night cafes. Oh, there's folk keeping everywhere out there, you know. It's not just tramps and drunks. There's kids all over the place. Clutching onto bits of cardboard for comfort. You won't believe how many kids I saw out there. It's like casualty out there. There's no doctors, no nurses, no medication. I've got the odd bottle of plonk to get them through the night. And God knows what else. Hey. You sit down. Listen, leave this to me. I'm used to working nights, aren't I? So, what I'll do is I'll take the kids to Audrey's. And that keeps her out of the way as well, doesn't it? The police will find him.
If he wants to be found.
Aye.
My mum spent breakfast trying to talk me out of it. Why? Don't want me spoiling the fun. I didn't say that, of course. It was all, you know, I'm talking for your own good and how much my grandparents are miss me. They wouldn't even notice. As soon as they get to the seaside, they fall asleep. Don't wake up till they have to go home. Go for the boat, I would. Could be a laugh. Has her bloke got some money? Think so. He's a bookie. Well, there you go. What? He wants to get in with your mum, right? So we'll be bribing you with presents and treats all the time. That's what my mum's fellas do. It's great.
What are you two doing?
Reading.
What?
None of your business.
Bet it's one of them snug magazines. I won't want to read them anyway.
Even if you could read.
I read grown-up books. There's no snogging in them.
Oh yeah, like what? Yellow Book 1?
I'm telling you.
Verses.
Them little girls. How are you then? Don't creep up on folk like that.
Sorry, I just walk like that, so I'm not very heavy.
What do you want?
I'll look him out for you for £1.
Look, son, this is my escape. Surely you don't think I'm going to pay somebody for taking this away from me?
50p.
You know what look today, Cop?
What did you want with me mum anyway?
Nothing.
Well, it must have been something to come round for this thing. Do you know what's up with her?
There's no talk with her son. She's got what they call women's problems. You see, they get them every now and again. Now, if you take my advice, you will steer clear of it, because it's not for us men, these things, you see.
What kind of women's problems?
50p.
Can I come in?
Who told you?
Your mum, she dropped in the cafe.
She would.
Well, you don't mind me knowing, do you?
Of course I don't. Did she have the kids with her?
No, Alf took them off. So I got Audrey to stand in for me while I popped round here. Thought it might teach her a lesson. No news then? So how are you bearing up?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's bad enough not knowing where Nicky is, but the police made it worse. I mean, by the time they finished questioning us, it was like we were on trial and they'd passed the sentence. We were guilty. We'd pushed Nicky away. We hadn't loved him enough.
Oh, you've loved him.
We must have failed him, Alma. Somehow. Yeah, it was Martin I felt sorry for. And all that business with the adoption and Nicky changing his name back and not letting him buy into the garage. It was like Martin had been victimising Nicky, and nothing could be further from the truth. The more you spoke, the more they could see the police looking at each other, and you could see what they were thinking. I don't blame the lad. I'd have done a runner myself. I knew Martin saw the same. I was so angry with him. I mean, how could he do this to us? Do you know, if he'd walked through that door that minute, I'd have throttled him.
No, you wouldn't. You'd have hugged him and kissed him.
Will I ever get the chance, Elma?
You sure you don't want to sit down, Mavis?
No, thank you.
She's been stood to attention all morning. Been like working with the Grenadier Guard. In fact, when the clock struck 12, I thought she was going to present arms.
I'm glad it amuses you, Rita.
Actually, it doesn't. I just wish Nicky was around and everything was back to normal.
Yeah, so did Gail and Martin.
They should have thought of that before they drove him away.
That's not a very smart thing to say, Don.
It's the truth.
Your version.
Yeah, I know what's going on. You don't.
Look, Andrew, you're involved in this whether you like it or not, so you are.
No, I'm not, Dad. This is between you two.
I'm not asking you to take sides. I'm just asking you to talk some sense in there. Now think about this, will you? This is your home. It's where you live. Now, where in the name of God do you think you're going to be if she hangs on to it and then sells it to some stranger? I'll tell you where, shall I? You're going about in the streets, so you are.
No, well, it doesn't really bother me, Dad.
Oh, behave yourself. Of course it bothers you. It's your home. All I'm doing is asking for your help to keep it that way. Look, there's been enough chaos in everybody's life without creating any more. And think about it. It makes perfect sense. Look, she gets the money she wants and you and I end up in the house snug as a bug in a rug. Now what in the name of God is wrong with that?
Yeah, Andy.
Oh, Vera, can I have a quick word about my hours? Now, I've got this job at Furman's.
Not now, Andy.
Well, sometime soon, then.
Look, where's our Jack?
He's gone to the brewery.
Can you help for a bit?
Yeah, my pleasure.
Andrew, come
No, Dad, I've got to work.
Bye, Vera. Derek, what on earth are you doing here?
It's gone. Gone. Yeah, driving home, I wouldn't believe the pain. Hardly speak.
Oh, dear.
It was that sack, Rita. It twists you, the weight of it. It's not natural. I'm sorry. There's no way I can do the evening round.
No, I can see that, Derek.
Well, I'm so bad. I mean, I can't possibly do it.
Well, I'm worse. I'm much worse.
Derek, you have no idea what I'm
you two don't start arguing. You're both suitable cases for treatment. So don't start splitting hairs who's suffering the most. You know, at times of crisis, you should minister to each other. Now, you get off home, a nice afternoon on the floor, plenty of deep heat. Have you got 2 hot water bottles?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you would have. Right, well, you toddle off. Get them nice and hot.
What about the evening papers, though?
Don't you worry about that, Mavis. Derek taught me a very valuable lesson today, and I appreciate that. I know where my managerial responsibilities lie. Now, you, go on, toddle off. Do you know, they'd make somebody a lovely pair of bookends.
So are you going to do the papers yourself?
Oh, no way, no. I've got Mrs. Brodie's lad coming in at 4 o'clock and a whole afternoon with no moaning and groaning. Bliss.
It's early days yet. We've checked all the local hospitals and the immediate support groups and organisations that come into contact with these children. And now we've entered all these details on the national computer.
What does that mean?
It means we'll be on the lookout for him.
Right. So how many others are you searching for?
Mr. Platt, I have to be honest with you. A child of 6 or 7 wandering around on their own gets noticed, but finding a 15-year-old boy who has apparently left home of his own volition for whatever reason is not so simple. I do have to ask you one more time, is there anything else that you might have omitted to tell us that could explain...
Look, what do you want? I mean, what are you after? Do you think we've murdered him or...
Gail.
Look, I just want my son back. Just get him back.
Tricia, I phoned factory. They said you were sick.
Aye, I am sick of visitors, especially the Duckworths.
What? Who's been?
And what have you come for? Out to up the bribe? What's on offer now, then?
What?
Round 1, sending Jack to soften her up with a nice picture of a nice private operation, flowers on the table, chocolates.
Jack!
And what have you got, eh? Are you the bonus prize? A 3 weeks holiday in the Costa Brava to recover in the sun and drink tequilas.
This love, I...
Well, I'm sorry, Vera. I've got news for you and yours. Money can't buy you everything. I'm gonna have this baby, and I'm gonna love it. And nobody, least of all 2 old fogies who've come into a bit of money and think that God Almighty is gonna stop me. Have you got that? Is that absolutely clear? I'm gonna have this baby.
Listen, love, I only come to say...